All right. Okay, welcome to yoga, coming from my living room in Oregon. Yeah, get a mat. Whatever you have at home, a chair, something for your hands, blocks if you have them. I'm waiting for Sarah to join. She's on FaceTime to make sure I finish because I filmed a couple of tries, but keep deleting them because perfectionist problems. All right, come on, Sarah, hurry up. We're going to start off seated. You can sit at the front of your mat like this, but I'm going to face the camera to start. Sukhasana, seated posture. Start to blink the eyes closed. You can turn the palms up or down. Take your gaze inwards. Notice what it's like to be in your body right now. Then bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Notice where your skin touches. With each inhale, think about lengthening the back ribs and the crown of the head up. With each exhale, settling down through the sit bones. Taking your mind's eye to the breath, following the inhale through the nose, to the back of the throat, into the chest. Then exhale, draw the belly in. Using your breath as your foundation to fuel your practice. Start to blink the eyes open. Inhale the arms overhead, create two fists, cross at the wrists. Stay really firm, firm up the back of the arms. Then exhale, open up the palms, lower your arms to your sides, slowly, delicate through the fingers. Again, inhale, arms overhead, create fists, cross the forearms the opposite way this time. Firm up, knit those front ribs into the body. Then exhale, open up the palms, lightly lower the arms down. Continue this to your breath. Inhale, the arms overhead, two fists, cross the forearms. Exhale, get soft, lower the arms down. To your own breath, 3 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower them down. Last one, inhale, two fists, cross the arms. Exhale, open up the arms, lower them down. Change the cross of your shin bones. Inhale, reach your arms up, clasp opposite elbows. Pause. Then lean over to your right, look up towards the ceiling, heavy through your left sit bone. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean over to your left. Inhale, back to center. This time, exhale, twist over to your right. Left hand lands on the outside of your right knee. Lengthen the crown of the head up. Drive the twist from the back of your left rib cage. Inhale, back to center, arms go up. Root down through your sit bones. Exhale, twist over to your right. Your left right hand rests on the outside of your left knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring hands to your heart. Bend your knees out in front of you, the feet flat. Place your hands beneath the shoulders, fingertips point towards your feet. Bend into the elbows, gently stretch the front of your shoulders. You can walk the hands a little farther out. Then point your fingertips away from you, palms flat. Start to inch your fingertips farther down your mat. Then engage the front of your core. Use your hands to walk yourself up. Roll over the knees onto tabletop. Stack shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Keep the toes turned under. Inhale, lift your chest into your cow pose. Exhale, push the earth away with your hands, round out into your cat. Inhale, roll forward like a wave, look up, cow pose. And exhale, breath, suck the chest up and in into your cat pose. Do this to your own breath, adding any movements that feel good. Maybe you circle out the hips. Then from tabletop, keep those toes turned under. Suck the belly in and up. Extend the crown of the head forward, the tailbone back. Lift your kneecaps, hover here. Press into your palms, especially your thumb pad and your index knuckle. Traction your hands in towards your knees. Hover, hover, 3 more breaths. And then how slow can you go? Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. Maybe you walk your hands forward, one hand print. Pedal out the heels. Then let's start to find some stillness. Press evenly through both palms. Maybe your fingertips point slightly out. Firm the back of your triceps towards your nose. Let the heels be heavy and inner thighs spiral back behind you. And keep those front ribs sucking into your midline. 1 more breath here. Then on your next inhale, let's pull forward through plank pose. Pause here. 3 breaths. Extend the crown of the head forward. The heels back behind you like you're pressing them into a wall. Pick that belly up. Exhale, breath, set your kneecaps down, kneeling plank. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Lower to your belly, hug the elbows close by your side. When you arrive to your belly, set your forearms down on your mat in front of you in the number 11 shape. Find Sphinx pose. Press into your palms. Drag your elbows in towards your body. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Use this action of tractioning your forearms in to drag your back ribs forward. Slight tuck of the chin. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Look forward. Exhale, breath, lower down. Plant your hands in line with your low ribs. Draw your elbows back and in. Turn under toes. Let's press up through kneeling plank. Then exhale, hips go high. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Focus your gaze. Hone your energy inwards. Use this pose to recalibrate. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Come super high onto your toes. Slight bend in the knees as you inch your feet towards the front of your mat. Stack the ankles beneath the hips. Inhale, lift up. Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold over the legs. 3 more times. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen up halfway. Stack your sit bones over your heels. Exhale, fold. You can have a soft bend in your knees. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Notice the weight come into your toes a little more. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, we fold. Bring hands to your hips. Firm up the top of your thighs. Suck the belly in. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Bring hands to the heart. Start to come to an intention for today's practice. Open the eyes. Inhale, the arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold over the legs. Keep lots of space in that hip crease. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Step your left foot back. Runner's lunge on your right side. You can be up on fingertips or blocks here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale into wide stance pyramid pose. Bow over a straight right leg. Point your right toes towards the ceiling. Inhale, bend into that right knee, look forward. Exhale, wide stance pyramid pose. Squeeze those inner thighs together like your legs are like scissors. Last one, inhale, bend into that right knee. Plant the hands. Push the earth away with your hands as you step the right foot back to meet the left. Plank pose. For now, lower your knees down, kneeling plank. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. You have the option to choose Sphinx pose or inhale into your cobra, pressing into the palms, coiling the upper back up. Exhale, lower down, turn under toes. Either go back through kneeling plank to downward facing dog or lift your kneecaps, squeeze the tops of your thighs. Stiff as a board, press up through plank. Then exhale, hips go high. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths here. Distributing your weight evenly through your hands and feet. Remember, don't let that chest get saggy. Push into the hands, pick up the back of your arms, knit the ribs in. Now look forward at your hands. Inhale, come super high onto your toes. Lift the hips so high. Exhale, bend the knees, bear pose. The shin bones come parallel with your mat. Press the rib cage back towards the tops of your thighs. Inhale, breath, start to lift the hips high, straighten out the knees, stay high in your toes. Exhale, heels heavy, back to downward facing dog. Now let's speed that up a little bit to our own breath. Inhale, high into your toes. Exhale, bear pose. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, heels heavy. 3 more times. Inhale, exhale, bear. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, downward facing dog. To your own breath, 2 more cycles. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Imagine like you're loading up a spring. Now from downward facing dog, you can either step to the front of your mat or come high into your toes, exhaling into bear pose, bending into the knees, looking forward, hopping up ever so lightly. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, breath, rise all the way up to standing, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. And down by our sides. Place hands on hips. Widen the toes. Notice the bottom of your feet, your foundation. Stack the joints. Firm the upper thighs. Fold into forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway. Exhale, breath, plant the hands. Step your right foot back. Runner's lunge on your left side. You can be on fingertips or blocks or books. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow over a straight left leg. Pyramid pose. Keep those left toes pointed towards the ceiling, pressing through your left big toe mound. Inhale, back into runner's lunge, look forward. Exhale, wide stance pyramid. One more time. Inhale, bend into your left knee, look forward. Exhale, bow over the left leg. Then inhale, let's meet in our runner's lunge. Plant the hands. Push the earth away with the hands. Suck your chest up and in. Step your left foot back to meet the right plank pose. Now you have options here. Either you lower down from kneeling plank to your belly into cobra pose, or exhale to the bottom of chaturanga. Pausing with your elbows just shy of 90. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift the chest. Widen the collarbones. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Exhale breath, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Get there your way through plank, through kneeling plank. 3 breaths here in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look forward at your fingertips. You can either step or hop to the front of your mat. If you're hopping, load up your spring, up onto the toes. Exhale, bear pose. Look forward, be light. Hop like a puma to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Firm up through the legs, widen the toes. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And down by our sides. Bring hands to hips. Stack the joints. Fold over the legs. Exhale, breath. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, breath. Plant the hands. Now you have options here. Either you can step back to plank pose, exhaling, lowering through your chaturanga, or you can hop to the bottom of chaturanga. If you're hopping to the bottom of chaturanga, land with your elbows at 90 degrees. Extend the crown of the head forward. Shoot the heels back. Land light like a bird. Inhale as your up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips go high. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Focus your gaze. Hone your energy inwards. Every breath is a new moment, a new challenge. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up to 3-legged dog. Lift from your right inner thigh. Press evenly through both hands. Imagine like you're pressing the sole of your right foot into a wall behind you. Now, how slow can you go? Come high onto your left toes. Exhale that right knee into your chest. Press into the palms, drag them in towards your body as you slide your shoulders over your wrists. Now, push the earth away with your hands, suck that right knee up into your ribs. Step your right foot up towards the front of your mat. Squeezing inner thighs together. Inhale, rise up to crescent pose. Create 2 fists, cross your forearms again over your head. Keep firming those front ribs into the body. Squeeze your palms tight. Squeeze your fists tight. Then exhale. Release the hands, the fingertips, melt them to your side. You can clasp your hands behind you, or you can place 2 fists together, pressing them together, widening the collarbones. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Lean the crown of the head forward. Inhale, rise back up, arms go up, crescent pose. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back to meet the left, plank pose. Exhale, breath to lower down your way through plank or kneeling plank. Inhale is your up dog or cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Imagine every vinyasa we do like an etch-a-sketch. Shaking away the dust in our mind, starting over. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up to three-legged dog. Imagine like there's a flashlight on your left hip and it's shining straight down. Now, how slow can you go? Inhale high into those right toes. Exhale, draw your left knee into the chest. Drag your hands in towards your body as you slide your shoulders over your wrists. Press the earth away with your hands. Move the back of your shoulder blades away from each other. Protract the scapulas. Step your left foot up to the front of your mat. Let's find our foundation of crescent pose first. Lots of weight into the left heel. Firm up the top of your right thigh. Squeeze inner thighs together. Inhale, we rise up. Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. Create two fists, cross the forearms. Exhale, release the hands. Lower them down to your side softly. Clasp your hands behind your back the weird way this time. Draw the hands down the back of your right thigh, or remember you can do two fists behind your back. Inhale, here, lift the chest. Exhale, lean forward. Extend the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Inhale, rise back up, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Lower down your way on the exhale. You can always do kneeling plank or skip it. Inhale is your up dog or cobra pose. Exhale will meet in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths here. Let's turn up the heat a little. How about a little challenge? Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts up to three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Pause. Inhale, right leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot up towards the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, breath, lower your arms to your side, clasping hands behind your back, or we make two fists. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, lean forward. Now, spring off your back foot. Inhale, lift the back leg, warrior 3. Remember to keep shining that left hip down. Focus your gaze. Draw that right outer hip into the midline directly over your right ankle. Now release the arms beneath the shoulders. Bring hands to heart center. Bend your left knee. Bring the inner thighs together. Rise up to standing. Draw that left knee out in front of you. 2 90-degree angles with your left knee and your left ankle. Reach the arms up, inhale. Maybe you can come up onto your right toes. Focus your gaze. Exhale, lower that right heel down. Lower your left foot to meet the right. Hands come to heart center. And down by our sides. Recalibrating in our mountain pose or Tadasana. Finding anatomic alignment, palms face forward. Widen your toes. Stack ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold over the legs. Plant the hands. You can step back to plank pose going through your vinyasa or hop to the bottom of chaturanga like a puma, nice and light. Shouldn't be able to hear you. Inhale is your up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Ooh. Oh my gosh. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee into your chest, pause. Inhale, left leg back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot up to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose, arms go overhead. Exhale, lower your arms to your side, clasping hands behind your back, or 2 fists. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, lean forward, extend the crown of the head forward. Squeeze inner thighs together. Firm up the top of your right thigh. Now spring off your back foot. Inhale, lift your back leg, find warrior 3. Point that right hip down. Extend the crown of the head forward. Press the sole of your right foot back behind you. Now soft bend in your standing leg. Bend your right knee. Draw your right knee into your left. Rise up. Draw your right knee forward. Find 2 90-degree angles. Bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe you come up onto your left toes. Exhale, release the left heel, lower the right foot to meet the left. Hands come to heart center. And now by our sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back. Lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale is your up dog or cobra. Exhale, breath, hips go high, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Press a lot into your thumb pad and your index knuckle. Now we're going to do some little handstand drills. They're going to be switch kicks. So what you'll do is you'll lift your right leg up to 3-legged dog. Take a little hop, switch your right foot down, lift your left leg. Again, lift your left leg, switch, landing on the left, nice and light. Switch kicks. Remember to absorb the shock when you land. Notice how I'm landing with a bent knee. And maybe you get a little higher each time, using that bottom leg as your brake to keep you from going over. Good. We'll meet in downward facing dog once we're done playing a little. Eventually, setting your knees down, sitting back onto the heels, circling out the wrists. So when we're on our hands, we want to make sure that we're pressing through our index knuckle and our thumb pad. To get the weight shifted to that area, you bend that first knuckle of the index finger. Watch.
I can't see.
Oh, yours is right here. Okay, well, I'll cut that part out. Okay, so press a lot into your index knuckle. Come into downward facing dog. Now inhale, lift your right leg up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, stack the right hip over the left, peek underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, straighten out that right leg, point those right toes down. Exhale, step your right foot up towards your right thumb. Ground out your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up, warrior two. Lots of weight into your right heel. Track your knee past your second toe. Keep pressing through the outer edge of your back foot. On your next inhale, reach the right arm up. Create a fist with your right hand. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Reach up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale breath. Find a side angle pose. You can rest your right forearm on your right thigh or reach the right fingertips towards your mat, hover them. Stack your side ribs over one another. Keep a firm foundation through your legs. On your next inhale, reach up and back, reverse triangle, straighten out that front leg. Weight shifts to the ball of your right foot. You can scoot your back foot forward a couple inches if you'd like. Exhale breath, tip your left hip back, reach your right hand forward, find triangle pose, stacking shoulders along the way. Your right hand can be on the inside or outside of your right ankle. Super useful to have blocks here. Inhale, reach up and back, rise up to reverse triangle. Exhale breath, pinwheel the arms down, roll up on the ball of your back foot, plant the hands, step the right foot back to meet the left, plank pose. Exhale breath, lower down halfway. Inhale is your up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lift your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack the hips, look underneath your left shoulder. Straighten out your left knee, point those left toes down. Exhale breath, step the left foot up to the front of your mat. Ground out your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up to warrior two. Lots of weight in your left heel and the outer edge of your back foot. Lengthen from fingertip to fingertip. Keep firming that left hip into the midline. Let that right hip wrap in line with the back of your foot. On your next inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Create a fist with your left hand. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale breath into side angle. You can set your forearm on your left thigh or hover those left fingertips. On your next inhale, press down through your feet, rise up, reverse triangle. Weight shifts to the ball of your left foot. Maybe you scooch your right foot in a little. Squeeze the top of your left thigh, pull the left shin bone forward to protect your hamstring. Exhale breath, that right hip tips back behind you, reach the left hand forward, stack shoulders along the way. Find Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you find that you're reaching a lot towards the ground, lift that left rib cage up a little, lengthen the crown of the head forward, and just hover the hands. It's actually a little more work on the obliques here. Press down through your feet. Inhale breath, rise up, reach up and back, reverse triangle. Exhale breath, pinwheel the arms down, roll up on the ball of your back foot, bend into your left knee, plant the hands. Step it back, plank pose. You always have the option to skip your vinyasas or lower down your way through plank or kneeling plank. Inhale is your up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips go high. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's add on to that flow a little. Think of it like our backbone. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, stack the hips. Now you can stay here or tip over into wild thing. If you're doing wild thing, come up high onto your left toes. Shift the shoulders over your wrists. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Set your right foot down like a kickstand. Lift the hips, reach the right arm up and back. Now, if you're in wild thing, exit through a side plank. Draw that right knee towards your right shoulder. Pivot on your left foot, step the right foot up to the front of your mat. Ground out your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up to Warrior Two. Virabhadrasana 2. Focus your gaze. Then on your next inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. This time your left hand can be on the back of your left thigh, your right hand reaches up. Exhale, breath through side angle pose just for a moment. Then inhale, let's rise back up, straighten out your front leg, bring your left hand to your hip, reach your right hand up. Scoot your back foot forward a few inches. Bend into your front knee. Pick up that back foot for a hovering half moon. Hover those right fingertips. Stack shoulders. Deep bend into your standing leg. Take a giant step back to Warrior Two. Adjust your stance. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, pinwheel the arms down, roll up on the ball of your back foot, plant the hands. Now you have options here. You can step back to plank, going through your vinyasa your way, or step back to three-point plank, hovering that right foot. Exhaling, lowering down to a three-legged vinyasa. Pause, inhale, pressing into the tops of your feet for up dog. Exhale, hips go high. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up to three-legged dog. Put a bend in your left knee, stack the hips. Now you can stay here or you can tip over into wild thing. If you're tipping over into wild thing, come high on your right toes. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Step that left foot down. Lift the hips, reach your left arm forward. If you're in wild thing, exiting through side plank, draw that left knee in towards your left shoulder. Step your left foot up to the front of your mat. Ground out your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up, Warrior Two. Focus your gaze past your left fingertips. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, breath, side angle pose just for one moment. Then inhale, breath, rise up, reverse triangle, straighten out your front leg, Bring your right hand to your hip, your left hand up. Scoot your back foot forward a few inches. Bend into your front knee. Lift your right leg, hover your left fingertips. Take your right hand to your right side. Make sure those obliques are engaged. Deep bend into your standing leg. Take a giant step back. Adjust yourself back into warrior two. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, breath. Pinwheel the arms down. Plant the hands. Step back to plank or 3-point plank. Exhale to lower down, chaturanga. Inhale is your up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. Come super high onto your toes. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees into bear pose. Now you can either step up to the front of your mat or hop, landing with your feet outside your hands in a squat. Pointing your toes out, bringing hands to heart center, sitting into a malasana squat. Squeeze the inner knees in towards your elbows. Lengthen the back ribs up. Exhale, breath, plant the hands, parallel the feet, heel toe the feet beneath the hips, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, breath, plant your hands, come high onto your toes, bend the knees, bend your elbows to chaturanga arms. Get your knees on your upper arms as close to your shoulders as you can, and squeeze your knees in like this. Come high into your toes. Keep pressing into the palms. Maybe you lift one foot and then the other, finding crow. Kicking those heels in towards your glutes. Stack the elbows like Legos, like chaturanga. Squeeze everything in and up. And set your feet down. We'll meet in forward fold. You can clasp opposite elbows in ragdoll. Shake the head yes and no. Eventually, releasing the elbows, bringing hands to hips, firm up the legs, suck the belly in, rise all the way up to standing. Roll out the shoulders, rock the neck from side to side. And then let's come to a Tadasana, mountain pose. Stack the joints, recalibrate. Notice the natural alignment of your body. Gently hug the muscles into the skeleton. Focus your gaze. On your next inhale, reach your left arm up. Bend your right knee, kick your right heel towards your right glute. Clasp your hands on the inside or outside of your right ankle. I like to do inside. Then reach your left hand forward, kick your right foot back. Come into dancer's pose. Think about pointing both hips forward to square off the pelvis. Use that force of equal and opposites to keep kicking back with the right foot as you pull with the right hand. Now, slowly start to come out of it. Draw that right knee towards your left. Reach your left hand up. Release your right ankle. Roll out that left foot. And let's start to stack the body for the second side. Widen your toes. Notice the bottom of your feet. Focus your gaze. Shift your weight into the sole of your right foot. Reach your right hand up. Bend your left knee. Kick that left heel towards your left glute. Left hand lands on the inside or outside of your left ankle. Now start to point those right fingertips forward as you kick your left foot back, making your way into dancer's pose. Squeeze inner thighs together. Inhale, rise back up. Release your left ankle. Roll out the right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, breath. Plant the hands. You can step or hop back, your last vinyasa of our practice. Inhale is your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, let's come back into child's pose. You can have the knees together or wide. Resting your head on your mat or a block. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can lay onto your back, drawing the knees towards the chest. Feeling the effects of gravity. From child's pose, use your hands to walk yourself up. Sit onto your heels, sweep the feet in front of you. Bend your knees, soles of the feet flat, clasp the back of your thighs, firm the belly in as you lower to your back. Set yourself up for bridge pose. Step your feet in towards your body, point the toes in, heels slightly out. Have your arms long by your side. Scooch those shoulder blades underneath you. Press into the palms. Inhale, lift the hips for bridge pose. Keep widening across your collarbones. Coil your sternum towards your chin. Lengthen your tailbone towards your knees. Let the inner thighs spiral down. Exhale, breath to lower down. We'll do one more bridge pose. You're welcome to go up to full wheel. Or you can have robot arms, pointing your fingertips towards the ceiling, slicing your elbows down, inhaling, lifting the hips in line with the palms. Maybe you can bring your hands to your sacrum. Wherever you're at, eventually making your way onto your back. You can hug the knees into your chest, rocking out the hips and spine. Bring your arms wide to a T. Root down through the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, let both knees fall to your right. Right hand comes to the outside of your left knee. Gaze goes over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale both knees to your left. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Gaze goes over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Lengthen your legs out towards the ceiling, like your feet are standing on the ceiling. Press through your big toe mound, draw the pinky toes towards your shoulders. You can place your hands underneath your sacrum if you have any pinching in your low back. Just let the blood from your feet drain down. Now you can stay here, or you can start to lift the hips, drawing the feet over the body, pressing into the palms as you come into plow pose. Eventually taking your hands to the back of your hips, making your way towards the back of the ribs. Exhaling, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Lowering your feet all the way to your mat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making yourself comfortable for our final posture, Shavasana. Blinking the eyes closed. Letting the eyeballs sink heavy to the back of your skull. Following each breath, bring one hand to the chest, one hand to your belly. Observing the sensations of being in your body, the heart beating, the temperature of the air on your skin. Whatever emotions, thoughts, fears have been in your head, just notice them in your body wherever they may be held. With each inhale, imagining being filled with more openness to adapt. With each exhale, imagine your fears disintegrating into the ground. Remembering that we're all in this together, humans, the earth, animals, plants. We all matter, all part of the circle of life. Whenever you're ready, roll onto one side. Use your hands to walk yourself up. Coming to a seat, hands at heart center. Thank you all for coming and checking in with me online for yoga. Namaste. Hopefully there will be more videos to come and I can keep making stuff for you guys. Send me messages about anything you would like to see or any tutorials you would like, drills, perhaps some handstand stuff if anyone wants to learn. Thanks, Sarah, for joining. Oh, was Lizzie here the whole time too?
Yeah, I was here the whole time.
What?
I actually did the whole time.
Seriously?